What's up, folks? I'm Walter Benesiak, and this is Top 5. After years and years of anticipation and patience, Samurai Jack Season 5 is finally coming to Cartoon Network this weekend. So, to celebrate, we're going to count down the top 5 best episodes of Seasons 1 through 4. Whatcha? If you want more Samurai Jack talk, subscribe to my personal channel, youtube.com/awesomewalter, because beginning with episode 1 of Season 5 on Saturday, I'll be reviewing each new episode of the show. You won't want to miss it. Debuting in 2001, Samurai Jack combined influences from many different TV shows and movies with the original vision of creator Genndy Tartakovsky and resulted in one of the most visually stunning and unique cartoon shows of the 21st century. Its popularity has only increased since it went off the air in 2004, and after years of trying to get a full-length animated movie made, Tartakovsky decided to wrap up Jack's story in a limited series for Adult Swim that has a lot of people talking. Jack's legacy was made in a fantastic 52-episode original run that is worth going out of your way to see. But if you want the best of the best, here are the top 5 episodes of Samurai Jack. Number 5. Episode 18 from Season 2, aka Jack and the Ultrabots. These robots were Jack's biggest challenge at the time, and this episode showed off some great action and some trademark humor. Jack discovers fiery ruins of several destroyed cities on a path that leads him east. 8 Ultrabots are responsible for the destruction and are unlike anything Jack has faced before. Their creator, Xtor, was forced to build them for Aku, who used his own essence to power them. Now, with the help of Xtor, Jack has to find a way to beat these dangerous new foes. This episode features one of the best battle scenes in the whole series. The Ultrabots were some pretty great villains for this story, and we get to see Jack's fighting style enhanced by Xtor's future tech. The robo-arm used in this episode added to an extraordinary action sequence and made it exceptional. Xtor, by the way, is hilarious.
High five.
What?
High five.
What?
High five.
I do not understand.
Never mind.
In addition to the action and humor, we are also shown just how powerful Jack's sword can be. All these elements combine for a classic episode that is a must-see if you're rewatching this show. Seeing Jack with that robotic arm is just too cool to skip out on. This fight had real stakes and is absolutely worth seeing again.
Unbelievable.
Number 4. Episodes 45 and 46 from Season 4, aka The Scotsman Saves Jack. This is a big 2-parter filled with some awesome thrills surrounding the mystery of Jack's missing memory. The Scotsman runs into Jack on a ship full of bounty hunters and finds out that Jack has completely lost his memory and thinks himself to be a dim-witted young man named Brent Worthington. The Scotsman takes it upon himself to help Jack find his memory, so they begin to retrace his steps. After buying the aid of a ship and crew, the duo is led to a mysterious area of the ocean called the Great Unknown. What lies there is something that will take all of the Scotsman's strength to defeat. Samurai Jack has always drawn inspiration from Star Wars, but they really put that influence front and center in these episodes.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy, and the crab cakes aren't bad either.
Yeah, but who's gonna sail it, kid? You?
Well, yeah, I could. I worked on a boat before.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I think most people who watch this show have a soft spot for the Scotsman. He's a favorite character of mine, and these are my favorite episodes of the 4 he appeared in.
You're the greatest warrior that's ever lived besides me. You don't just up and go soft and mushy on me. You've mastered countless fighting styles and weapons. You're the defender of truth, freedom, and talking dogs.
I hope he shows up. I hope he shows up in the new season in some form, but with it taking place 50 years after Jack first traveled to the past, it's probably not likely. Jack's assumed identity, Brent Worthington, leads to a few really funny bits.
Look, okay, I'm sure this guy is real cool and everything, but you have got the wrong guy. I'm Brent, okay? Gosh, you're really, really old.
This episode is beautiful with a lot of great design work as the Scotsman and Jack travel to different places looking for clues. When they get to the source of Jack's plight and we see the treasure room of the Sirens, it's another beautifully drawn backdrop and a magnificent setting for this episode's climax. The creepy nature of how the crew is lured there, with everyone being under the Siren's control except the Scotsman, creates an aura of mystery and fright that the series often handled well. While these episodes present a fun, vast adventure for our heroes, they don't quite stick the landing. The climax of the story finishes about 13 minutes into the second episode, which left a considerable amount of time for filler. While that filler with Jack and the Scotsman competing with each other to see who will row the boat home is fun, it feels very strange that it goes on for so long. It's guilty of too much repetition, which the show can slip into in its weaker moments. However, that doesn't stop these episodes from claiming the number 4 spot. It's a satisfying story that was very big in scale, and it featured the final appearance of a favorite character. On to number 3. Number 3, episode 30 from season 3, aka Jack and the Zombies. Samurai Jack fights a horde of zombies, and it's even cooler than it sounds. Led onto the wrong path by Aku's evil hand, Jack finds himself in the middle of an unsettling graveyard. Things get worse when undead warriors start attacking Jack by the hundreds, as Aku himself appears to do battle with the samurai once again. However, this time it is Aku who wields Jack's sword, as he tries to kill our hero with his own enchanted blade. The ending of this episode features my favorite Aku versus Jack fight of the whole series.
How fitting indeed to be destroyed by the blade of your worthless father.
It's intense, it's startling, it's epic, it's my favorite Mako performance of the series as well. While we all know Aku can be really funny sometimes, he's also pure evil and terrifying when he wants to be. That was in full force in this episode.
Oh, samurai, where are you, samurai? You can run, but you cannot hide, 'cause I can smell your blood.
Putting aside the amazing Aku-Jack fight at the end, Jack's fending off of these undead warriors had me keeping my eyes on the screen the whole time. I couldn't look away. It got disturbing at a few points, in all the best ways.
I will eat your soul!
Jack's a badass, we all know it, but this episode shows off just how badass he is in a way you might not expect. I love this one, and you need to check it out before season 5 starts. This next one is filled with unspeakable evil. Number 2, episode 35 from season 3, aka Jack and the Haunted House. The dark spirit in this episode gives Aku a run for his money in the evil department. Jack follows a seemingly lost little girl trying to return her stuffed animal. His chase ends at an abandoned house deep in the woods. As Jack continues his search for the girl, he encounters more and more peculiar happenings in the dark home. What is at the center of these disturbances is something truly terrifying, the likes of which Jack has never dealt with. This is a legitimately scary episode. The use of sound here is so eerie. When Jack is searching the house, there are subtle little sounds thrown in there that build the atmosphere and sense of dread. It's like a perfect suspenseful horror movie. As Jack looks throughout the house, he starts seeing flashes of awful things. These visions are animated in a different style that works incredibly well. They're disturbing and build as the episode goes on. There is a scene in this episode that I'm kind of surprised Cartoon Network agreed to show back then. Jack can't find a way out of the house, so he tries to rest and get his wits about him. However, when he wakes up, he finds the girl he was chasing sitting with her family in an out-of-place, pristine room. He talks with the father and begins accepting what he sees. But then... oh my God! I don't remember seeing this as a kid, but there is a good chance I would have loved it and been freaked out at the same time. Man, that was crazy! So then this entity consumes Jack's soul. The sequence in this other dimension is amazing. Just, you have to see it. Go watch this episode. It's scary, it's thrilling, and drops Jack into a situation that turned into an amazing story that featured top-notch animation and sound work. Just go watch it. Go now. I'll be here when you get back. I know I say this a lot, but boy, it was difficult choosing just 5 episodes to highlight on this list. So take these honorable mentions to heart. They're just as deserving to be seen by fans of the show. And the #1 best Samurai Jack episode is episodes 37 and 38 from season 3, aka The Birth of Evil. Kind of strange that what tops this list doesn't even feature Samurai Jack almost at all. In this epic 2-part tale, we see the birth of Aku and how he came to fight Jack's father for the first time. Covered here are the origins of Aku's evil, how he came to Earth, the initial battle for Jack's homeland, and the creation of Jack's father's sword. It has been explained secondhand on a few occasions, but here we are shown in detail how Aku and Jack's family came into conflict in the most visually stunning way possible. From beginning to end, The Birth of Evil is a phenomenal ride and isn't weakened at all, considering we know where the story is going. While they do change a few small details from what we've been told before, this episode is the definitive origin for Aku. Showing him as this evil growth on Earth that expanded over thousands of years is very interesting, and how Jack's father inadvertently made the form we all know of adds another layer on top of the Aku-Jack rivalry.
For I am Aku, the Shogun of Sorrow, the Deliverer of Darkness, your new master, and you will bow to me.
This is the most cinematic the show ever got, and I could have easily seen this being a theatrical release. You can tell how far they went to make these episodes at the highest quality possible. Part 2 deals with the creation of Jack's father's sword, and that is as epic as can be. We see that it's forged from his own pure spirit, and in essence, it really is a part of him. The ending fight with Aku is fantastic. We see Jack's father fight many different versions of him, and in his final form, he turns into hundreds of soldiers. That last bit is remarkable and shows us so much of where Jack got his strength as a warrior from. They do have Jack being born at the very end, which I don't think was needed, but didn't negatively affect the second part. Samurai Jack was a show of both style and substance that will finally get the ending it deserves in an epic final season over 12 years in the making. I am beyond hyped. Hope you are too. If not, you should be. Special thanks to the biggest Samurai Jack fan I know, my cousin Anthony, for letting me borrow the DVDs. I want to hear what you guys think. What is your favorite Samurai Jack episode? What do you want me to cover next on the show? Leave a comment and let me know. Remember, if you want more Samurai Jack talk, subscribe to my personal channel, youtube.com/AwesomeWalter. I'll be reviewing each new episode of Season 5. Follow me on Twitter @awesome_Walter to take part in more polls about what I may count down in the future. Come back next week as we play a little game on a new episode of Top 5.